Hello, it's me, Rev Kev Dev. I know it's been a while since I made one of these diaries. I'm afraid I'm losing steam when it comes to these things. I guess I've hit the runner's wall when it comes to Daniel's fast. You know, that point where runners are doing a marathon and all of a sudden they hit the wall and they have to push through it. Because I kind of see the finish line ahead now, and I'm kind of dreaming about what is to come. And I had some bean burritos last night. Very, very good. We're learning on this how to eat, good stuff. At first we went out and bought all this like weird stuff, but we haven't used too much of that. I guess squashes aren't weird, but we don't normally buy squashes. So we still have 2 butternut squashes in our house that we need to use up somehow, and a couple cans of navy beans and stuff. So, So it's been an experience. One thing I just was thinking about was how much now. I don't know if you found yourself thinking like looking forward to your old ways. The old ways of eating. But yet there are still some new things that I've discovered that I'm like, oh, this has been good. I could eat this on a regular basis. But as I think about it, parallel to our Christian faith, it's one of those deals where we really need to die to our old ways and not think about going back to them. Like with this fast, we've done away with them for a time, but then like right now I'm thinking, oh man, like I went to Big B's Coffee this morning and got a decaf tea, and thought, oh, it'd be great to get coffee, or the other day, I think on Saturday, there was one point I said, you know what, I would really like to have a Diet Pepsi right now. And there's those times in our Christian walk, I think too, when sin kind of bubbles up to the surface, or temptation I should say. And, sin feels good most of the time when you do it. It doesn't feel good necessarily afterwards because you reap the harvest of sin, which is not good. But I guess it just reminds me of our need to totally die to our old ways, because if we don't, they're going to keep coming back. And I think it's a constant daily battle. I didn't start the fast and say, okay, I'm not going to do these things, and then they never came up again during these, 15 days or whatever we've been doing it. It was a constant battle to say, no, I'm dying to those things. And I think the same is true in our Christian life. It's a constant battle for us to say, I've done away with those things. They're always going to be there coming up, tempting us to go back to them. But the more and more we live in these new ways, the more and more we get used to it. Just like we're getting used to some of the diet stuff with this Daniel fast, and actually kind of like some of it. And I think the same is true of living a holy life. The more and more we do it, the more and more it becomes natural, becomes normal, becomes real. And those old ways become, yucky. So people say that we need to ease back into the eating real food, but I'm not for that. I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go back into it, and if I get stomach cramps because of it, then I learned my lesson the hard way. But I kind of like to do things that way. So, alright, that's all for today. I'll report in later, and I'll give a report the day after the fast once I start eating real food, just to kind of see what has happened to me. Alright, we'll see ya. Bye.